back in the rack again. I want to talk to you about something today, Tanner.
What do we got here?
And I want to talk to you about what I think might be the best power bar for your home gym. And if you're curious what that is, my recommendation is the 29 millimeter Texas Power Bar. Ready to learn some more about this?
I am. I'm curious what you like about the old 29 millimeter Texas Power Bar.
So if you've been following Massenomics for any amount of time, we've been around a long time, so you should be following us if you're not. But if you've been around a while, you would know that we've been fans of the Texas Power Bar for, I don't know, how many years now, Tanner? 8 years, 9 years,
Yeah, I would say
10 years?
we're 8, 9, we're going a decade on big Texas Power bar, guys.
Yes, we are. And there were some of the first bars we bought. We've loved them all the way through. And so maybe we're slightly biased in that way. But we have a history with these bars, and it's for a reason. They're good bars. And so this version here is the 29 millimeter Texas Power Bar. The traditional Texas Power Bar is 28.5 millimeters. After, I think, some pressure from the market and maybe even our good friend Brandon over at Basement Brandon, they started prototyping and building and creating this 29 millimeter option. And they addressed a few of the, I don't know if I want to say known issues, but a few of the things that critiques that people had of the 28.5 millimeter bar. And so a few of the things, where is this bar different? Well, I said 29 millimeter because it's 29 millimeter. It's not 28.5. It is a half a millimeter thicker, and when you touch it, man, you feel that extra girth on that bad boy. The other one is these collars. They've been slimmed up a touch. The standard Texas Power Bar is known for having its signature beefy collars. They did bring that in a little bit. So it's not an IPF spec thin collar, but it is thinner than the traditional one. Outside of that, I don't really know if they've changed a ton about it. It's still, and they shouldn't have to. It's got that traditional Texas Power Bar, aggressive knurling. That's like the signature of these bars. It's great.
Yeah, it's pretty sharp, right?
It is sharp. It is sharp. It's aggressive. It's sharp, and I really like it for it. That is one of my favorite parts about this bar. This option is the black zinc shaft with the chrome sleeves. It's also available in bare steel or some chrome options, Cerakote as well. So there's a few different finish options. Depending on what you go with, that will change the price. This option right here was $305. Again, that's black zinc chrome sleeves, $305. And to me, that is the classic Texas Power Bar look, isn't it?
I think so. I mean, like you said, you can get it bare steel. You can get it bunch of different Cerakote colors, but
and I'm in a garage. Bare steel isn't the look out here. Cerakote does look cool. It does take a little of the edge off the knurling, so just something to be considered.
It also doesn't wear as well as the black zinc.
No, it doesn't. And so I've loved this bar. I think
Toby Keith said it best. I love this bar.
I love this bar. So I've told you why I love this bar, but let's look at comparisons. What does $300, what else does that get you in the market? And we recently did a video, I don't know if we've published that yet or not, where we're comparing the $300 Hansu Power Bar IPF Spec one to this. And you might say, well, it's IPF Spec. I don't personally like IPF Spec bars because the collars are so thin on them that walkouts on squats are damn near impossible, especially depending on the width of your rack. It can make things really, really tough. So for that reason alone, we have at Massenomics Gym, we have a IPF Spec Rogue Ohio Power Bar, and we first got that thing, I was excited about using it. Used it a few times, and like, yeah, the honeymoon phase wore off. In practice, this thing isn't that enjoyable of a bar to use if you're using it for squats. Bench, whatever, deadlift, yeah, sure, whatever. It's a stiff 29 bar, but squats, that ruins it. I don't want a ton of bars here, so that's one of the biggest selling points of why I like this over an IPF Spec bar.
Right.
Maybe the direct competitor to this bar would be the Rogue Ohio Power Bar, the 45-pound option, and that goes for about $295 if you're gonna go comparable with the black zinc chrome sleeves. So the Rogue option is $10 cheaper. So you would say, why don't you go with the Rogue? Like, why is this better than that one? Well, there's a couple other differences. The biggest one probably being in the construction is that this is a roll pin design, all Texas Power Bars, right? Every Texas Power Bar?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas
except for a Generation 2 Texas Power
okay, we're not
Bar.
going into the history books on this. Yeah. But so this is a roll pin design. It is a different construction than almost every bar on the market today. Most people have moved on to that snap ring design. I believe if you get into the technicalities of it, some people might say that the snap ring is a superior design, but with the heritage of this, the legacy, I have no issues with that. I mean, we've, like we were saying, have a ton of Texas Power Bars we've put through the ringer. that design has not caused any faults or failures in the product. So that doesn't bother me that they do that. I prefer this knurling over the Rogue Ohio Power Bar. I think it's a little more aggressive. What do you think, Tanner?
I think this is more aggressive.
Yeah.
Not that the Rogue Ohio Power Bar is passive, but I think this is slightly more aggressive.
Yeah, I always thought this one was a little more aggressive, and this 29 millimeter might even be slightly more aggressive.
Yeah.
Or maybe we've just been so hard on all the other Texas bars that I've forgotten what they feel like. But I prefer this knurling a little bit more, and I think at the end of the day, there's the legacy history component of Texas Power Bars versus a Rogue bar that maybe does something for me, pulls at the heartstrings a little bit. We've competed in tested meets, untested meets, we do whatever's around us. And the last few years we've hosted our own powerlifting meet. That was part of an XPC federation. And with that, we use all Texas bars throughout the meet. So this bar also has the advantage of being something more closely to what I would compete with. Not that that's a huge difference maker when you're talking bench, because with Texas bars, or with the untested meet, you're doing a Texas squat bar, a Texas deadlift bar. Bench, you're going to use like a traditional Texas power bar, but it just has more of that. It's more in that same vein of the bars you are using in a meet. So that might be a deciding factor for some people. I can see how if you are a tested lifter, or if you're frequently doing USAPL meets, or maybe Powerlift America, whatever that might be, maybe that is what pushes you towards the Rogue one more. But one other distinction, though, I forgot to mention, with these bars, as part of Texas Power Bar's more recent marketing strategy, this thing is commonly on sale.
Right.
So, I did say this was $310. It's not uncommon to find this exact bar or some variation of color, coatings, whatever, to be $50 off. They have been doing that quite a bit lately. So now, and I don't think Rogue puts their bars on sale very often, if ever. So now you're really looking at a bar that's like $260. And at $260,
you can't afford not to.
This bad boy's pretty tough to beat. Yeah.
It almost feels like you'd be stealing from them at that point.
I mean, at the very least, you're like missing out on a piece of history not having one at $260. So that's where this gets really, really, I can see how someone could go 50-50 at the $295 versus $310 price point, or $300. But when you're talking $50 off, all of a sudden you're getting close to $250. I mean, if you're going bare steel, you really are at like $250.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a bar $250 or cheaper that you could recommend at that price point.
Right.
So be on the lookout for those sales if they do pop up and this is something you're interested in. I really don't think you would regret this bar. This has been my primary training bar for the last 4 or 5 months, and I've loved every second of it. I'll probably even add a Texas deadlift bar into my rotation pretty soon here too. If you would like to buy one of these, Texas Power Bars actually, I shouldn't say, this video is not sponsored by them. They have been a long-time sponsor of ours, full disclosure, but that is because we believe in their product and we think they make awesome things. We do have some affiliate links down in the description for Texas Power Bars and a variety of equipment manufacturers and brands in the space. So if you use any of those links, that gives us a little kickback, and we will thank you for that. Otherwise, make sure you are listening to the Massenomics podcast, following us on all your socials, subscribing on YouTube where you can keep up with all of this we got going on. Head on over to the website, buy some gear, and we will see you guys next time.